This July, have your voice be heard.
I purged.
I purged.
I purged.
I purged.
I purged because staying in is un-American.
Don't let your freedoms get taken away.
I purged because it's my civic duty.
Show your support
I purged for my family.
for The Purge.
I purged to keep my country great.
The Purge, election year.
Every day between now and November to elect more Republicans so that we continue making America great again. And by the way, this is a first for Indiana. Our new slogan for 2020, you know what it is? Keep America great.
I purged to keep my country great.
There's a storm coming, Mr. Wayne. There's a storm coming, Mr. Wayne.
Then came the unsolicited cryptic comment.
You guys know what this represents? Fellowship. Maybe it's the calm before the storm.
What's the storming?
Could be the calm before the storm.
What storm, Mr. President?
You'll find out.
And today in the Oval Office, we tried again.
Mr. President, what did you mean by calm before the storm yesterday? What did you mean by that?
Thank you very much.
After a wink and a pause,
You'll find out.
And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon.
Now a newly published paper strongly suggests, like SARS, the original source of this virus was bats.
Batman trumps Trump Towers. Hey guys, I'm Tatiana Carrier, and I've got the latest on the Trump Tower takeover by none other than Wayne Enterprises. The Dark Knight Rises is still shooting in NYC, and thanks to our New York source, we have an exclusive look at the latest transformation of the city, Trump Towers, which has been turned into Wayne Enterprises. We've been showing you guys lots of images from Chris Nolan's upcoming Batman flick, and I must say, this one's one of my personal faves. We also have some pretty cool images of Christian Bale leaving the building.
Christian Bale for life?
Thank you to that geezer over there, Adam. Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration.
For his role as Bruce Wayne in Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy, actor Christian Bale had to convey the attitude of a wealthy playboy businessman, similar to the person who is currently sitting in the White House. Bale even crossed paths with Donald Trump while filming at Trump Tower for The Dark Knight Rises. Bale said that when Mr. Trump arrived, he said, quote, "You probably want a photograph with me, so let's get that done." The resulting photograph would go on to become a hilarious meme. This isn't the only connection between the Trump and The Dark Knight Rises, as the encounter clearly left an impression on the president, who even incorporated a line from the film in his inauguration speech, where just like the film's villain Bane, Trump said, "We're giving it back to you, the people."
And giving it back to you, the people.
And we give it back to you, the people.
We also have some pretty cool images of Christian Bale leaving the building.
There's a storm coming, Mr. Wayne.
Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration.
There's a storm coming, Mr. Wayne.
Donald Trump is apparently Batman. Yes, that's what he told a 9-year-old boy from Iowa who rode on his helicopter this weekend at the Iowa State Fair. Watch the YouTube video.
Yes.
Mr. Trump.
Yes.
Are you Batman?
I am Batman.
That's pretty cute, actually. My colleague John Berman asked one of Trump's top advisors in Iowa about that claim today.
Donald Trump told a child this weekend that he is Batman. Chuck Laundner, can you confirm to us that Donald Trump is Batman?
Well, I don't think I can confirm it, but it certainly connects a few dots. I'll just say that. Well, I don't think I can confirm it, but it certainly connects a few dots. I'll just say that.
What does that mean?
Rise.
which has been identified as the triumph of Apollo, or the procession of Apollo. And this has been recreated many, many times throughout history. In this painting are elements that we're going to go over, which pretty much seals the deal. The luminous one, god of light, Apollo the sun, was called Phosphorus Demon. That means the light-bringing demon, Lucifer. Many scholars of the ancient text believe that Greek mythology involving powerful superhuman beings such as Zeus and Apollo are actually references to the same fallen angels mentioned throughout the Old Testament in the book of Enoch. In Genesis, the fallen are referred to as Nephilim, or sons of God, who came to earth and reproduced with humans. In the Jewish book of Enoch, these angels are mentioned as children of heaven, who went among the children of men to have children of their own. These events, according to the legend, were the cause of God casting those angels from heaven. Trump's penthouse in New York is a shrine to the Luminous One. Its center art piece is a copy after Guido Reni's fresco in the Casino dell'Aurora in the Palazzo Pallavicini in Rome. It was painted for Cardinal Scipione Borghese in 1614. It shows the passage of Apollo, the sun god's chariot, which is preceded by Aurora, the dawn,
Showing the Batman movie turned into a nightmare. ABC's Clayton Sandell at the mall in Aurora, Colorado, where this horrifying scene unfolded just hours ago. Clayton?
Good morning, George. You're right. It is just a horrific scene here in Aurora, Colorado.
Personification of dawn. This painting is loaded. And here is phosphorus. Now, we've covered the element phosphorus. Why? Because it is called the morning star, Lucifer. That's what it says right in the Wikipedia article for the element phosphorus.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
So somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. Somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one.
We've got people lined up for questions. I just got one more, because you used the word Christian. Have you ever asked God for forgiveness?
That's a tough question. I don't think in terms of, I'm a religious person. Shockingly, because people are so shocked when they find this out, I'm Protestant. I'm Presbyterian. And I go to church, and I love God, and I love my church. And Norman Vincent Peale, the great Norman Vincent Peale was my pastor. The Power of Positive Thinking. Everybody's heard of Norman Vincent Peale. He was so great. He would give a sermon. You never wanted to leave. Sometimes we have sermons, and every once in a while we think about leaving a little early, right, even though we're Christian. Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, Frank, would give a sermon. I'm telling you, I still remember his sermons. It was unbelievable. And what he would do is he'd bring real-life situations, modern-day situations, into the sermon. And you could listen to him all day long. When you left the church, you were disappointed that it was over. He was the greatest guy. And then, he passed away, but he was a great... He wrote The Power of Positive Thinking, which is a great book.
But have you ever asked God for forgiveness?
I'm not sure I have. I just go and try and do a better job from there. I don't think so. I think if I do something wrong, I think I just try and make it right. I don't bring God into that picture. I don't. Now, when I take, when we go in church and when I drink my little wine, which is about the only wine I drink, and have my little cracker, I guess that's a form of asking for forgiveness. And I do that as often as possible because I feel cleansed.
Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. Hereby know ye the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesseth that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is of God, and every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is not of God. And this is that spirit of Antichrist, whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already is it in the world. Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. They are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them. We are of God. He that knoweth God heareth us. He that is not of God heareth not us. Hereby know we the spirit of truth and the spirit of error.
To remain in town for long? Well, I understand I have until midnight.
And you heard?
Yeah, I heard. Your name is Trump?
Because he's not our hero. He's a silent guardian, a watchful protector, a dark knight.
I am Batman. Who has heard the poem called The Snake? So I have it. Does anybody want to hear it again? You sure? Are you sure? And I thought of it having to do with our borders and people coming in. And we know what we're going to have. We're going to have problems. We have to very, very carefully vet. We have to be smart. We have to be vigilant. So here it is, The Snake. It's called The Snake. On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake. His pretty-colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. Poor thing, she cried, I'll take you in, and I'll take care of you. The border. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. She wrapped him up all cozy in a comforter of silk and laid him by her fireside with some honey and some milk. She hurried home from work that night, and as soon as she arrived, she found that pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed that vicious snake. She clutched him to her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. But if I hadn't brought you in by now, oh heavens, you would have died. She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed him and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed
the vicious sake. I have saved you, cried the woman, and you've bitten me, heavens, why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
They believe that the Messiah, the Jewish Messiah, is here. They believe it. These are their top rabbis. These are not nut jobs. These are the top rabbis in Israel that are saying this. They're saying it could manifest this week. It's time for him to come. And but because we know that the Orthodox Jews rejected Jesus Christ, who might they be talking about? This would be Antichrist.
The world will come to a flaming end at midnight tonight. Without my help and knowledge, every one of you will be dead. I am the only one. Just me. I can build a wall around your homes that nothing will penetrate. You're a liar, Trump.
I alone can fix it.
We will build a great wall along the southern border.
The people were ready to believe. Like sheep, they ran toward the slaughterhouse. And waiting for them was the high priest of fraud.
Build the wall. Build the wall. Build the wall.
Fact or Fiction is brought to you by America's Finest Carpet.
Prototypes for President Trump's proposed border wall are now being built in Otay Mesa. And in tonight's Fact or Fiction, we're looking into a 27-year-old comic that seemed to predict this. A meme going around claims to show a 1990 comic strip that featured a controversial wall in New York City built by Donald Trump, who then rides a populist wave to gain power. It's actually true.
Enough is enough. This will finally be the year the American people say, enough is enough. Enough is enough.
And this is the greatest president for Jews and for Israel in the history of the world, not just America. Trump's the best president for Israel in the history of the world. And the Jewish people love him like he is the king of Israel. They love him like he is the second coming of God.
Trump initially tried to beat back accusations of anti-Semitism by tweeting a quote, labeling him the king of Israel, insisting, quote, they love him like he is the second coming of God.
Talk show host Wayne Allen Root, who's on Newsmax, decided to talk about Donald Trump and how he's really just a giant gift to the Jewish people, okay? And immediately following that, Trump decided to tweet his statements, and here's what he said. Thank you to Wayne Allen Root for the very nice words. President Trump is the greatest president for Jews and for Israel in the history of the world, not just America. He is the best president for Israel in the history of the world, and the Jewish people in Israel love him. So the second part of his tweet reads as follows, and the Jewish people in Israel love him like he's the king of Israel. They love him like he's the second coming of God.